Have you ever stopped to think that the biggest illusion in your life isn't a magic trick, a movie effect, or something you see online, but the way your own brain shows you reality every single day? Right now, as you're watching this video, your brain is performing billions of calculations every second without you even noticing. It decides what deserves your attention, what can be ignored, what should be remembered, and even what parts of reality should be quietly filled in with assumptions. The strange part is that you don't experience the world exactly as it is. You experience the version your brain creates for you. Scientists have discovered that your senses collect an overwhelming amount of information every moment, far more than your brain could ever process in real time. So instead of showing you everything, it builds a simplified model of reality using patterns, predictions, past experiences, and shortcuts. Most of the time, this system works incredibly well, allowing you to react quickly, recognize familiar faces, avoid danger, and make thousands of decisions without becoming mentally exhausted. But the same system that helps you survive can also fool you in surprising ways. Have you ever walked into
That's your brain predicting what it expects to happen based on habit, sometimes becoming so confident in its prediction that it briefly mistakes expectation for reality. This is also why optical illusions are so fascinating. They don't actually trick your eyes. They reveal the hidden assumptions your brain makes every second. When you look at certain images and see motion where nothing is moving, or different colors that are actually identical, it isn't because your vision is broken. It's because your brain constantly interprets incomplete information by making the most likely guess, even when that guess turns out to be wrong. Your memory works in a similar way. Most people imagine memories as recordings stored inside the brain, ready to be replayed whenever needed. But that's not how memory actually works. Every time you remember something, your brain rebuilds that memory instead of simply playing it back. And during this rebuilding process, tiny details can change without you realizing it. Over months or years, those small changes can accumulate until a memory feels completely real, despite no longer matching exactly what happened. Researchers have even shown that people can become absolutely convinced they experienced events that never occurred, simply because their brains gradually accepted suggestions as genuine memories. This doesn't mean your brain is defective. It means it is optimized for efficiency rather than perfect accuracy. Think about how often your brain makes decisions before you're consciously aware of them. You might instantly trust someone because they smiled, avoid someone because they remind you of a negative experience, or assume a situation is dangerous simply because it feels unfamiliar. These rapid judgments happen because your brain evolved to make fast decisions in environments where hesitation could be deadly. Thousands of years ago, assuming that a rustling bush contained a predator was often
This is where something called confirmation bias becomes incredibly powerful. Once your brain accepts an idea as true, it naturally begins searching for evidence that supports it while quietly overlooking information that challenges it. You don't even notice it's happening because your brain believes it's protecting you from confusion and helping you make sense of a complicated world. That's one reason two intelligent people can watch the exact same event, read the same article, or hear the same speech and come away with completely different conclusions, each convinced they are seeing reality clearly. Another fascinating trick involves attention itself. Many people believe they notice everything happening around them, but famous psychological experiments have shown that when your brain focuses on one task, it can completely ignore something extraordinary happening right in front of your eyes. This phenomenon, known as inattentional blindness, explains why drivers sometimes fail to notice motorcycles, why witnesses overlook important details during crimes, and why you can stare directly at an object you're searching for without actually seeing it. Your eyes captured the image, but your brain decided it wasn't important enough to bring into your conscious awareness. Even your emotions are deeply connected to these hidden processes. When you're stressed, your brain becomes more likely to notice threats. When you're happy, it pays more attention to positive experiences. When you're anxious, harmless situations may suddenly feel dangerous because your brain shifts into survival mode, constantly scanning for possible problems. This doesn't mean your emotions are lying to you, but it does mean they influence how reality is interpreted.